Hello, I am Emiliano Perez, and this is my professional communication speech on specifically my persuasive speech. And today we're going to be talking about the inherent dangers of using excessive polyester clothing and um, face applications, but specifically polyester. So, what is polyester? Polyester is a plastic that comes from petroleum. It is primarily used in clothing for designs, graphics, and sometimes entire clothes, like pieces of clothes, can be made out of polyester. And so what could be the inherent dangers? So they could be environmental and health dangers that comes with polyester. The environmental could be when you're washing them, small micro parts of polyester, aka microplastics, could get into the water supply and contaminate it, which could lead us into involuntarily ingest microplastics. Another way is when we on a regular basis wear polyester, when either the clothes is primarily made out of polyester or has excessive lots of polyester. Um, I like to compare it like smoking. Wearing it once won't straight up like give you like inherent health risks, but definitely like wearing it like over long periods of time could cause harm. Many research says that polyester is linked to dementia and forms of cancer. It could lead to excess intake of microplastics, given that it's a plastic and it comes from petroleum. As you know, ultimately artificial things are, in the long run, not good for us. Things like artificial food coloring, and that basically goes for most artificial things. Going like the artificial food coloring, like red dye number 40, yellow dye number 3, blue dye number 1, those type of stuff. You know, eh, it's good that many people are recognizing their inherent dangers and many people are trying to avoid mm, using, ingesting, and ultimately coming into contact with these substances. And with polyester, it is, well, I personally recommend you at least try to limit your polyester intake, if you will, your polyester clothing. Mm, of course, I'm not straight up saying quit polyester. It's not, once again, it's not like it's inherently bad for you. It's just a material used to make clothing and add an extra flair to your clothing. But you have to be in mind, like smoking and drinking, there's an inherent risk with using polyester. Once again, it is linked to a lot of health risks like cancer and dementia and a lot of microplastics. So take that which you will when using excessive microplastics. Many people say use wool, cotton, natural materials instead of the artificial stuff. And as for the face, like sunscreens and stuff, it's something similar. Their materials or the chemicals used in the creams could contaminate your skin. Once again, rashes, allergies, um, dementia. Once again, that comes about a lot. Cancer. Once again, these are a bunch of artificial stuff can cause a bunch of problems. Toothpaste is another thing. Toothpaste has chloride, and it definitely does help with cleaning teeth. But the problem with chloride is that it's also linked to killing brain cells over time. Which, so yeah, even though yes, it does do its job well of cleaning teeth, it ultimately it does also a very good job at killing brain cells. So take that with you will. So the point of this speech is to inform and persuade people to ultimately think twice before using any of these products, whether it be well-known media toothpaste, polyester clothing, brands, to warn people to look at the back of the ingredients list, what these things have, what they contain, whether you're at risks of contaminating yourself with such products and other products like them. And that will be it for my speech, for my professional communications. Thank you and bye.